Good morning, happy Sunday. I know, this is a first, isn't it? We're here on a Sunday today, which is going to be super exciting. And have we got some fabulous products for you so you can't miss a single show because it's going to be amazing. Now, we are live here at liveshopping.vip. We're also streaming on our Highlight Crafts pages as well, so you can watch us on both. So super exciting to have your company this morning. Let me tell you where you can watch us and how to shop. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com or liveshopping.vip. All you're going to do is we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code, and all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, so you don't need to miss a second of what we're going to teach you this morning, which is really exciting, right? Then we're going to send you a message which will land in your social media inbox, or DMs, apparently they're trendy phrases. We're going to slide into your DMs this morning and send you a message that contains a link. When you open that, you're going to click that link, and that's going to take you to your your basket and check out. Now, I've got a little notice to read so that everything is clear, because we had quite a lot of customer service queries yesterday. So, a note to Highlight Club members. If you are planning to shop during the Highlight Crafts live shows, please remember that baskets during the live video are hosted on liveshopping.vip site and will show full prices. But as a Club Highlight member, you can shop in advance on Highlight Crafts website as usual. Just head to today's offers page. So basically, if it's a Highlight Crafts show like this one, you can shop as normal. If when we get somebody like Jamie Rogers in next, and then we've got Michelle from Sticks 2, and we've got Simon Owls coming in this afternoon with Piranha, you're going to shop all of those on liveshopping.vip. But also, yesterday is a prime example of why live shopping is so important, because I was on with Jamie Rogers and his whole total bundle was nearly £108, but it was $89.99 because he chooses what discount he wants to give you. And when he leaves the building today, sad face, because I love Jamie, his products will stay on that brand shop, so you'll be able to shop them all the time, which is really exciting. Right, you can also...
face is a happy face.
No, sad because Jamie's leaving today. He's always coming back.
He's here.
I know he's here, but after today he's going.
Oh, but he's coming back.
I know he's coming.
It sounded like he was gone.
No, I know he's coming back. He's definitely coming back. You can also shop on either website, so highlightcrafts.com or liveshopping.vip. Simply click watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts, all the items will appear down the side of your screen. All you then need to do is select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will appear at the top of your screen in a little red shopping bag. Click on that. That will take you through that checkout process. Right, let me introduce you to our Sunday team. We've got Stephanie demonstrating for you, so that's going to be a lot of fun. You rolling your box. Look at that. Are you just checking sure you've got enough space?
I'm just checking my technique.
We've got Katie on cameras. Morning. We've got Amber. Here she comes. Yeah, she is. On production, and he stuck with me for an hour. In fact, he stuck with me for 3 hours, so I apologise for that. Good morning to Mitch, Lynn. Good morning, Ria. We've got another Lynn, Wendy Corbett. We've got Lisa, Mrs. H999. Good morning, all. Alison says, oh, morning, everyone. Another beautiful day. Husband and son getting ready to bale the field.
Oh.
I bet that's warm. Oh, I bet that's proper itchy and warm today. You know, Jackie, we've got Pat, Marina, Wendy joining us, and Carol Lewis. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Carol says it wouldn't let us shop ahead yesterday. Just message help at Highlight Crafts and somebody will help you out. Carol, don't sit there struggling. We're always here to help. Right, shall we start with our first product? Because this is beautiful. We have got a brand new download for you of 24 rice paper designs. Look how beautiful these are. Now, your code is Shop Summer. It's in the studio, Breath of Summer Backgrounds download. Rice papers. But also things like your MDF, your card fronts, your home decor, your scrapbooking, fussy cut into them, use the elements that are within them. How beautiful are they? Now, it's a digital download, so you could be crafting with this as soon as you paid for it and checked out and paid for it. which is really exciting, isn't it? But I want to show you what they look like on a card as well, because it's not just always about using these on rice papers. These are absolutely stunningly beautiful. Look at the clarity that you've got in here. All those little tiny centres of those flowers there coming out with bringing in a different colour, and so connecting that colour up here with that soft pink that's just in here. Really beautifully designed. You've got some lacy elements in there as well. You've got some script, but it's layer on layer on layer on layer. When somebody's designing a rice paper, it's all about all those different layers that bring that picture to life. Aren't these just beautiful? Now, these have been printed on our 250 pure print, and you can see the quality of that print is exceptional. They are fabulous, and you can do this in the comfort of your own home, just with a box standard supermarket printer. You just need the right paper and card, which of course we've got for you here at Highlight Crafts. So how gorgeous are these? If you want to bring a pop of summer into your craft room, but it be cool, then this is for you. And then we come on to the magnolias. How beautiful are these? And I don't like talking about sympathy cards, but we have to make them. That there would be lovely as the front for that. It's just really sentimental, I think. Magnolias, they're beautiful, aren't they? They just don't last long enough when they blossom. They seem to come and go, a bit like cherry blossom. But you've got all these gorgeous brand new papers to be able to play around with. It's $14.99, which is absolutely amazing value for money, because this artwork is exceptional. I bet David's a little bit green this morning that he's not in today, because he'd have wanted to do these, wouldn't he? But look, and we've given them in almost families. So you can see, if I just lay these out here, you can see how we've got that lavender coming in. Then we follow it through into a different floral as well with the pansies. So you've got colour families, colour stories. Over the years, that's probably the biggest thing that I've seen people struggle with, is putting colour together. Use the professionals' ideas. I've always said this, go and buy yourself a piece of paper that you love, or get one out of your cupboard, because I'm sure we have loads of them, right? And choose one and use that colour story. And before you know it, you'll be putting colours together yourself. Right, Shop Summer is going to get you that one for $14.99. Right, now then, let's have a look at some of our printables, shall we? So first of all, we've got our pure print rice paper. You're going to get 20 sheets of this. This is a superb quality rice paper. It doesn't have those cotton slubs in it, so when you're tearing it, it tears really, really easy. But what really amazes me about rice paper is once it's wet, it tears really easily, but it's actually really durable and really strong, so you can really manipulate that paper. Always surprises me when you're doing paper engineering how sturdy it can be. It fascinates me. So pure print rice paper, that's shop rice, and it's $12.99. Now some of these would look lovely on printable acetate. So if you bought those fairy rub-ons, you know, the rub-ons that you didn't need to rub on, yeah, the other day, and then you print these backgrounds on your acetate, these are going to look absolutely amazing. You're going to get 25 A4 sheets in your packet, and it's shop acetate, and it's $14.99 just on a regular inkjet printer. Now when you feel the acetate, or if you put an alcohol marker, one side won't wipe off and the other side will. The side that doesn't wipe off is the one that it's a smooth side, that's the one that you use for your inkjet. And the other side you can use on a laser printer. I know, look at that, it's good, that, isn't it? Right, so that one is shop acetate, $14.99. Next we have our A4 pure print. Now this is the one I would recommend Scan and Cut users use for their reflections. This is the one that I use all day, every day. This is shop pure, and it's $12.99. And if you want that in 250 GSM, you're getting 100 sheets of the 140. You get 75 of the 250. Now, the other thing that this one is really good for, your regular pure print, is alcohol marker colouring, because the fibres are long enough for it to hold that ink and allow you to blend it and move it. So if you're into your colouring, that one is brilliant for your alcohol markers as well as your printing. That one is shop pure, and it is $12.99. Now then, we've got our premium. Now, the difference between these two cardstocks, because we do a pure print and a premium pure print, is the size of the fibre. So the premium pure print is so tiny that when the ink is dropped on from that printer head, it doesn't move anywhere, it can't go anywhere. It sticks on that little fibre that's underneath it, and it keeps the clarity of that colour. It's exceptional. Right. Go on, Katie. Oh, right. Shop Premium, a pack of 50, 250 GSM. And a pack of 75, 140, pure premium as well. So please don't use this one, the premium one, for your reflections, because the mat loves it and you won't get it off. Just saying. You'll end up running it under a tap. Right, next, one of my favourite products ever from Cadence, which sounds ridiculous, doesn't it, when you think about all the amazing things that they bring us. And David's back tomorrow with Makeover Monday, so I'm sure he'll be telling you all about his trip. But this product is absolutely fabulous. For me, this is the foundation. If you build a house, you've got to have the foundation strong, haven't you? This is an amazing product. It doesn't soak in the paint, it holds it on the surface. So when you're swiping across and covering things like MDF, you'll think, oh yeah, I've run out of paint. You haven't, just pounce it. It's a brilliant product. It's just the right density to work with all your Cadence products. But on the other side, you've got this dense foam. Now this is also good for stamping on. It's good for using with your piecing tools. It's good on your embossing, on your parchment, all those different things. But you can also heat this. So you could go out in the garden, pick some twigs or some petals, warm this up with your heat gun, push those twigs and petals into the foam, and then you can create your own stamp. But the best bit is, when you finish with it, you heat it up and it goes back to being flat again. And you can wash it. So once you've used it, you just wash it under the tap, just some warm water, leave it to dry, and you can use it again and again and again, which is fantastic. Right, next, Magic Bond and Seal. Sorry, that one is Shop Sponge. This one is your Magic Bond and Seal. Now, we have this on most of our Cadence shows because it's such a fabulous product. You've got all sorts of different ones in here. So you've got your gloss finish. You've got, so these are your glues, but also your varnishes. You've got a matte in there. You've got one that means that you can put rice paper through a dishwasher. I mean, those are words I never ever thought I'd say. Rice paper through a dishwasher, obviously on a plate, but this is going to make that doable. That blows my mind, honestly, that just blows my mind. Then we've got your fabric one. And then last but by no means least, you've got your vintage one, which will give you that aged look to your projects. So Shop Magic will get you that for $14.99. Now we also have some decoupage glues for you. So we have the matte. This is a 90ml bottle, and this is what I've just used it before we came in here, just to brush over some MDF, so it seals it. So when I'm painting it then, the paint doesn't get absorbed, but it's also brilliant for your rice papers. Okay, so you want that one, Shop Glue, $5.99. This one is for your fabric. So anything that you're doing with fabric that you want to glue onto, rice papers on fabric, etc., then this is the one for you. This is, I want to say 120ml, and that is Shop Fabric, and it is $8.99. Are you ready? Do you want us to come over here to you? You're itching, aren't you?
I am.
Sat there going, I can feel it going, come on, Mel, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I want to get into it. Hurry up, hurry up. Right, go.
So I'd just like to just talk about this Cadence collection just for a moment, because as somebody that grew up for much of my career with a brand that was made by Plaid called Mod Podge, and it's an incredible product, but I've got to say this rivals it. And Mod Podge, to the best of my knowledge, hasn't changed its formulation in all the years that it's been there. That's how good it was. But you know, when a new generation of product comes along and it uses the latest of everything that it's got, I've got to say that Magic Bond and Seal is absolutely up there. And one of the best things about Cadence is their product development. So if you would like, and each one of these pots would do a big size dresser, it goes a long, long way. But if you'd like to be able to try the whole range, then this is the way to get hold of it and to do it. And it is so affordable. £14.99. That means that you're talking about what?
£3
£3 a bottle. £3 a bottle for dishwasher proof, for if you haven't got this in your arsenal of craft stash, you absolutely need it. Because if it's dishwasher safe, it's going to be washable. If it's antiquing, it's going to give you that vintage feel. And the other thing about this product that I think we need to really let you guys know is that, and I'm just going to just tell you this little bit. You've got, it will work on, so it's an all-in-one sealer, glue, finish, and so it seals, first of all, it seals the surface. Secondly, it glues the surface. Thirdly, it finishes the surface. And fourthly, it actually gives you almost like a, not just finishes and seals it, but finishes it and gives you a decorative look. So whether it's antique, gloss, matte, you've got all of those. And you can use more than one on one project. So if I wanted to, let's say, for instance, I wanted to put it on my fabric and then put my antique mat over the top of it, you can do that. So you've got multiple opportunities with that product. I absolutely love it. Now, we've got some of these beautiful boxes on here and on the show, and they are, for me, this is a great value for money because you've got the chance to be able to use a set of boxes, and imagine all of those covered and displayed in one of those luxury craft shows or stores. You would be looking at, I'm going to say, probably £75.
Yeah, absolutely.
For a set of these.
Yep.
Now, but we're talking about £19.99. So the square ones, Shop Square, are £19.99. The round ones, Shop Round, are also £19.99. And imagine £19.99 for the one or two, but you're literally getting 7. I love it. Right, now this is what I need to show you. So let's say we want to put this pattern round this box. Now I've chosen the small one because it's easier for me to manage sitting down. And so we want it to go seamlessly round here. So I need to share this little trick with you. I don't think I've ever done this on TV. Oh. So I want to put these two designs together. So they are going to go round my box like that, okay? So I need to make sure that this one overlaps this one, and you can see the dimension between the two. So I'm looking at how I'm going to get the texture of the two to work together, and the colours and all the design and everything else. So normally you would just go into your brushes and pick any brush to put your water on, to be able to tear the rice paper and get them to overlap. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at where I want the patterns to continue, so I can see that lace there would be good blending into that lace. These colours up here are going to blend, and this colour down here is going to blend. So I'm looking at how that's all going to come and work together. So the important thing is you get a nice flat brush because we want a sharp edge on it. So I want to control the amount of water that's going on. So I've got a flat brush. It's come out of the collection that I've got, that are my set of brushes. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to work from up here. So, and I'm just going to come round this part of the pattern. And I'm literally going to be teasing it round here. And there's a bit there. And you'll notice that I'm going over both pieces of rice paper at once. Now, this has been printed on a home inkjet printer. And it literally, there is that part of the pattern. I'm going to lift that up, and it should have left me a line that I can see here to see where I'm going to go with that, and it has. It's done it perfectly. So I'm now going to tear it, and I'm going to feather this edge away. So as I tear it, I'm going to pull it in, and I'm going to be feathering that edge. You can see that I'm coming out to where the edges are and back in there, like that. So it's not straight, it's coming in, going in, and coming out there. If I look at this one, I'm going to look at that, and where I now lay that on top, we're going to be able to just blend those pieces in. I think I might want to take this little bit of purple away, so I'm going to take that bit away. But what I also have to think about is I don't want this solid white line that you can see underneath there. So I'm going to take that little bit of purple, and we're going to remove that. And we're just going to put that water in there. I'm going to take that piece out. And it's just, there you go. So that's perfectly. Again, pull out those little feathers, because they're the ones that are going to make the difference with what we're going to do. And now on this one, we're going to do the same thing. So we're just pulling out the feathers. I'm going to go in a bit there, because that's where my water's gone, so I know I need that. Then again, here, and I've gone in there, like that. So now pull out those feathers, so like this. And these patterns are absolutely exquisite. Now, when I lay one over the top, you can, let's see how these are going to look. Oh yeah, that's looking great. Look, so I can see the blue pattern here. It looks like it's blended in the way we want it to. I'm just going to take it that way, because I think that way is a better finish. And because it isn't straight, we've now lost that line behind. Can you see how that's been lost? It's so clever working like this. So now I've got to choose my bond and seal. So I've got my mat, I've got my fabric, I've got my gloss, my antique, and of course my dishwasher one. So I'm going to go with my mat, and I'm just going to take a little bit of my glue. So I'm going to be working flat on my page, and I'm going to take this, don't even need to take it out, and we're just going to put a very little bit of it along here, and you want it on a non-stick surface, right? So I want it on an area that's, it doesn't matter that it's going to go a bit soggy and all of that, that's all part of the process. Right, now the next thing that I need to do is line this and use my mat up as a guide. So I'm going to line that up with the edge and make sure it's straight. Line that up with the bottom and make sure it's straight, so that when I put this piece on and I make sure that's straight, it all is lined up perfectly. Because, and I can pull that apart until I get to the point where I've got the design where I want it, just a little bit more over. But you don't want to let this go off at an angle, because otherwise you're not making another piece of paper, because what we're doing is we're actually making a larger sheet of paper. So it's going to look as if this is one sheet, and you would do this and keep extending it for the full length that you want to go round, and you can go up and down and across, and this just looks like the rice paper design has just been extended. So I'm just going to go over this part, so I'm going over the seam that we can see there, so keep going across the fibres of the paper. So now I'm going to just lift that up, just show you.
Wow.
Look at how that's worked.
That's really cool.
So I've got that and it's blended. I'm going to come on the back and I'm just going to do, and so you can't even hardly see the seam.
No.
So just going to go across here, across the seam. And you can be really clever with this, making the patterns go together. But that's completely flat as one piece of paper. Now I'd leave that to dry for a moment or two before I then start to put that round my project. But you can see how, because we've gone at an angle, it's not straight lines, then there is another little thing that we can do. If you've got areas of this where you want to get a bit more detail, then what we can do here is I'm going to take this page and I'm going to come back into my water, and I'm going to pick out some elements that I want. So this is going to be one of them. So I'm just going to pick out this element like this. And I'm going to pick out this little butterfly just because we can. There. So this element, and again, it's really important that you keep those fibres pulled apart. Don't worry if it creases, because the creases will come out, but it's the fibres that we want. We want those fibres just extended into the outer edge of the design, because that's where then we can do this blending. So let me show you what I mean. So pulling out those little fibres there, this is how we get it super flat. So just pulled out. And as they're done in stories, you'll see how the stories are going to work. So I'm just going to, while this is damp, I'm just going to pull out my butterfly here. So I'm just get this little butterfly out of the detail and pop that to one side. So again, pull out the fibres. So these are all pulled together like this. And now let's show you how we'll just get these seams a little bit more varied. So if you look here, on this one, we've got a little bit of orange. So I've kept that tiny bit of orange on the bottom of that flower. Here, it goes into a blue. So if I put that there, so I extend that little branch, so I've literally made it go onto there. We've got that little bit of orange that brings in that colour, and that little bit of blue that brings in the design from up there. So now, at this point, we get some of our glue again, and we're going to paste this down here, because we've got to keep those. No good putting it on the back of this, not yet, because we want to keep those fibres going out. So because it's the fibres, it's almost like you're blending them into the piece of work. And look at how that's now seamlessly going into that design. You can't even see that it's joined in. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It literally has joined in, and that now just looks like one of those little clouds. And then if I take the butterfly and I put the butterfly up there, again, I'm going to get that in, but I'm actually going to take the butterfly and put it down there. So you can see that this little butterfly, and let's put him so that we've got that little bit of orange. So we'll put the little butterfly in there, and we'll make it so that can you see how I've made it join into there? I'm just now pushing out this. Just work that for a moment or two and then let that dry, and that will seamlessly go into this paper, and it will look like this is all part of the design. You almost can't see that anymore, can you?
That's brilliant.
So we've made this, we've now made our paper. So imagine you want to do a drawer front, and in the past you've been sitting there thinking, I need to have an A3 or an A2 piece of paper. You don't. What you need is a collection. And we've done this collection, this set of designs as collections. Look at that now.
It's beautiful. This is also a really good way of using up all your bits that are left over of your rice paper, isn't it? And creating your own.
Yeah, absolutely. But now look at it. It looks like
it's been printed like that.
Absolutely, as a whole piece.
Absolutely brilliant.
So what I was doing, which Mel was like, oh, she's checking her paper. I was checking.
Making sure it's
that I was making sure that it was enough to go all the way round this box to make sure it worked. Because the next thing that I would do is I would just put these two together, hold it up to the light, look at where the flowers and the petals are overlapping, so I'd just be able to see a little bit of that. Or I'd use my light board, which would be even better, and then I would take my water and I would join those two pieces in as well, so that when you get round to the other side and you're wrapping it, you've got a beautiful overlap. I'll do that for you in a moment. Perhaps Mel would just give us a quick recap of the designs that you're getting.
Yeah, everyone's saying that looks amazing. Wendy says that looks amazing. Darren says, wow, Stephanie, that looks absolutely beautiful. Such a clever technique. Thank you for demonstrating this for us. Question from Marina, could you print 2 copies of one pattern and flip one of them?
Absolutely, you can.
I was thinking that while she was doing it as well,
yeah.
Marina.
Also, what I did was I lined it up at the bottom with the white edge. If you're flipping one, and you might want to drop the pattern down a bit. So, you know, when you buy wallpaper, it says the pattern is a 33 centimetre repeat or a 3 centimetre repeat. What you need to do, work out what your repeat is, and then trim your paper along the bottom with a trimmer so that it's a perfect straight line. And then you do the same thing again. You just keep going like that so you can work out your pattern repeat. So you can actually, but you need it in collections. And we've developed this set of 24. You've got 4 images for each set. So I was thinking about this a lot yesterday because Diane and I were going through a lot of designs, and we were saying, right, and I went away, and last night I couldn't get it out of my head because I knew I wanted to teach this, but I also knew that I needed to explain to you that you need to be able to take your pattern and build each of the elements of the design. And the only way you can do that is if you have got multiples of the same story, because you'll have gaps where you need to fill it in.
So in Renault Patchwork Guy says, I could make fabric handbags with butterfly applique with the Breath of Summer background download. Yes, you could, absolutely. And Chasing Starlight Art says, OMG, Steph, this is genius. I would never have thought of that. There you go, you see. It's good, isn't she? Right, let's have a look at these designs for you. So we are bringing you 24 brand new designs. Now, if we look at this here, you can see how all of these, starting here and going right the way along there and then back down to number 6, all of those would work perfectly together. That could be on one side, that on the other. Same with this one. Those two could work together. Those two could work together. That and that would work together. It's brilliant, isn't it? Really clever concept. And it's one of those things, isn't it? Because sometimes you sit there and go, I wish I'd had an A3 printer with A3 rice paper. You don't need it. You can do it yourself now. Then you've got your sunflower ones in here. So again, you've got 3 there that work perfectly together. Then we come on to the magnolias. So you've got the magnolias, 4 of those that will work perfectly together. It's such a cool idea, isn't it? These 2, perfect together, but then bringing in the deep red and burgundy of that rose into here. So you can see how we've put them together for you in colour stories. The lavender goes together, the lilies go together, the magnolias work, the sunflowers work. And this is what they look like when you print them on card, because this isn't just about mixed media and rice paper. This is about your card fronts, your home decor, your scrapbook pages, your art journals, your bullet journals, all of that kind of thing. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Your MDF. So I'm using a rice paper design for MDF that we're launching tomorrow. A little wondrous shelving it's called, but you're getting all of this. So you will get this as a digital download. We've printed this off to show you what it will look like. This on your premium pure print would be absolutely phenomenal. So if you haven't got any of that, pop that into your basket. But Shop Summer will get you the whole collection, all 24 of them that you can download and be crafting with today, which is super cool, isn't it? For $14.99. Now today's a little bit different. Well, first of all, we're here on a Sunday, aren't we? Which is very different, which is great. But we've also broadcasting across 2 different platforms. So liveshopping.vip and highlightcrafts.com. So if you're shopping with us, highlightcrafts.com, go ahead, shop today's deals, shop ahead, everything will work as normal. if you're going to shop with our external suppliers, so people who bring product to us and have a brand shop with us on liveshopping.vip, you're going to shop on there. Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, points, loyalty points and discount. Yesterday, I did a show with Jamie where the whole bundle should have been about 3p short of £108. It was $89.99. So the reason for that is because our external suppliers like Jamie, like Sticks2, like Debbie Moore, like Christine is coming in from Pinflare, Mark from Silvar, can give you their discount, puts them back in control of their own product, which is what everybody wants, right? So they can give you the discount that they want to give you, which is brilliant. So please don't think, oh, I don't want to shop on liveshopping.vip. Absolutely go ahead. I do it all the time. Best of all, just on the brand shops. Go and have a rummage through everybody's brand shop. It's loads of fun. And yeah, just, you know, then check out your baskets and have fun. Right, are you ready? Do you want to come back?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, right. So now I want to tackle a harder design. So I want to show you the next level of this technique on how you would put these two patterns together. So let's look at them. We've got two patterns here. So they're not quite as simple as the other one looked, because first of all, our butterflies clash because they're in the same place. So this is one where we could do a dropped pattern, so we could do that. That would work really well because we'd still have this still flowing here. But this one's also got a frame of lace around it, so you're thinking that's going to be, we don't want it to look blocky, we want it to flow naturally, because if I go back to this one, you can see a very natural flow through it, doesn't it? It really does look like it was meant to be like that. So this is how we would tackle this. So I'm just going to turn it around for a moment and take a little look at where the parts of the image are that I'm going to want to use. Well, the first thing is you've got to think about which way it goes. So it might be that this one sits better this side, and it absolutely does.
Yeah, it does.
And it may then be that you want to put two of these next to each other before you go back to one of these. So you're building it in a story. So now this one we're going to do slightly differently. So we're going to take our brush and our water, and I'm going to start here and I'm going to come round like this. I'm just using a very, very random line. And it's important for what I want to do with this one that I get this piece off, this bit of edge here. And I keep those whole flowers. And I don't want it to look too straight. So I'm coming just there. Okay. So now we're going to break this away. So we're going to pull it away with the feathers pulled out, because remember, it's the feathering that's going to help these fibres just literally lay on top of each other as if they've been put there as part of the manufacturing process.
And that just shows you the quality of our rice paper, because if it had cotton slubs in it, you wouldn't be able to do this, would you?
And that's interesting, because Katie was talking to me about rice papers yesterday, and we had that conversation, didn't we? And I literally said to her, that won't work, because she'd got some rice paper that we were being offered, and it just would not have worked.
No.
So now, when I lay these two together, you can immediately see that now becomes much more aesthetically joined up.
That's brilliant.
But we've got this very strong red here, and although we've got red in the purples, I'm feeling like I need to bring in a little bit of red, because for the project that I'm doing, I want to focus on these colours. I don't want to lose the lilacs, but I want more of this. So I'm going to go to a completely different paper. And this one is going to give us the link between the two. So we're going to take this rose, and we need all of this depth and detail that we've got here. So I'm taking my brush and I've literally drawn away some of the water. And you're going to have to do this in a couple of goes. You're not going to be able to just get in loads of water on the brush and make it work. So you literally are going to be pulling that water right up close so that you've got, and can you see that because I've got the chisel edge of the brush, it's allowing me to literally, instead of it flooding the work, it's allowing me to get that bit of detail. And for the moment, because I'm unsure whether I do want that bit of lace, I'm just going to take that part of it there, and I'm going to come back up here. And you can see that's what happens when you flood it. We don't want that to happen. So we're going to come round here. Again, up. And you will get a tiny little bleed on anything that's been done on an inkjet printer. But do you know what? That is particularly for this style, it works really well. Okay, so now let's pull this away and put your thumb and finger on that image, because we're going really tight and close into it this time. So you want to be able to pull those feathers away there. Look at how tight in I can get to the design. And I'm really just teasing it as I'm breaking those fibres. And look at this. Look at how perfect that is. It's literally. And that's because we've used the chisel edge of the brush and we've controlled the water. You wouldn't, you'll have done this lots of times, I'm sure, but you'll have seen how the water can sometimes just go away with itself, and then when you do tear it, you don't get the bit that you actually want. And there's a piece there I don't want, and it'll allow me to just pull that out. So I'm going to come around here. We're going to take this, get all of that out. So I'll take it off there and pull it from there. I've still got to come around here. Look at how close I can get to these leaves. Look at that, look, guys. I've not lost anything there.
That's amazing.
But that is really, and it's all down to control and this is where, you can really start to be your own designer. And I'm going to come right into that one there. And I've not lost a tiny bit of that leaf. I've kept every little part of it and every part of that petal, which is just brilliant. And then I'm just going to let that pull away there. And if you have to go back and put more water on, really be careful with how much, because it'll already be damp. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to oversaturate it, because it'll take far less water the second time round. Right, so now let's get this all pulled out. There's a little bit there that needs to come off. I'm going to take that bit too. So I'm just going to move this and pull this out. And this is storytelling. This is you bringing in the design. Look at how these feathers are just literally, you can see them. They're going in all different directions. There. Right. That I'd be happy with. Look at it. And it's completely random. So now we take the pattern that we've already got. We've still got a little bit of work to do on this. And then I'm going to look at which part of this I want in the design and where I want it. And whether it might just be that I want the buds that I've got there, or I might just want that flower head that I've got there. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking it's the flower head. So just moved to where the last little bit of water was there, and I'm just going to take it off there. So now I'm going to take that. So if you look at this and I'm placed that flower head there, look at how that's just going to blend into it. And I still want this piece, but I need to put it somewhere else. And I think I've got too much. So I'm just going to take that little bit there. And I'm just going to place those buds there. Okay, so now I've truly linked it. But there's still this thing with this solid line behind. So come back and I'm just going to pull this so that it's to the edge. So I'm right on the edge of it. I can see where the line is, and now what I do, I trace the shape of that edge like that. So just trace that shape there, and that's going to come off. It's fun doing this too, because you're being clever and you're being creative and you're being crafty, and you're actually properly crafting to get a professional finish. And that is the bit that I absolutely love. Right, those feathers need to come right out. Really important. Look how uneven it is. It's perfect. Then make sure these are out. And look how they look. They're going to fit like that. But this one is just going to go literally just over the edge. So check it's lined up straight again at the bottom. You need it straight, otherwise it's not going to work. So I've got that straight, and we're just going to go over this edge here. And we won't see it. We won't see the seam at all. The seam will just disappear into the design. Oops. Just get those feathers there. And if you get a little hole, so I'll just let that be a hole and I'll show you how to repair it. So let's get that. Remember, you turn this over. So we do the other side. Got a little hole up here. And all you have to do for a hole is get yourself a tiny piece of the paper, place it over the hole and seal it. And that will work perfectly. So now this edge, look, it's not even sealed at the moment. You can see that. So I'm going to go down here, seal this edge. And it's so good when you've got a set of rice papers like this, because not all of the sets that we've designed will do this. This one's got specifically has got those extra edges and elements in it, so it's going to give you that finish. Right, so there's that bit. Just needs to dry to get rid of that colour. And let's look at where we're going to put these. Well, so first of all, we're going to have that rose down there. So to make it work, I'm going to take a straight line through it so that it sits there like that. So here, now, we're going to come across this whole piece.
Jane Hill says, morning all, I didn't realise you were live on a Sunday morning.
Ah.
Oh, this is pretty. Yes, this week, Jane, we've got, this weekend, we've got an event where we've got lots of outside suppliers coming in, like Jamie Rogers, Mark from Silver was in yesterday, Emma from Emblems, we've got Michelle from Sticks 2. So we're live on liveshopping.vip and we're live till, is it 3 o'clock today?
Yes, it is.
Live
yeah,
till
and
3.
we've got Pim Flair. We've got Pim Flair in.
I think so.
Today. Yeah.
Simon Owl's coming in with Piranha.
Simon. Oh yeah, that's going to be exciting.
I tell you what, he's sold more product in this building before he even gets here.
I know, because we're all just desperate.
We are all
right. I've just got to have a look and see where I want to put this flower. Look at that rose now, guys. Look at it. It just looks like it's meant to be there, doesn't it? How good's that? Right. I'm just going to look at where I want to.
That looks amazing.
Put that little bud, or do I want the bud up there? Oh, I'm going to put the bud up here.
Everyone forgot we were on this morning. Just found us. Oh,
Wow.
I forgot you were on this morning. So used to it being just Saturday mornings. I know. Well, we're here on Sunday this week.
How great is this, guys? And we've got a new product for you as well,
Absolutely.
Which is even more exciting. Right, so just got that last little bit there to do, which I've just overlapped wrong, so it's not as smooth and as it's there. So look at how we've now added that extra red in.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it actually over here. I've changed my mind.
That's all right. You're
Which
allowed.
is good because you can.
Wendy says, I like the Sunday shows, especially that I'm not working today.
Oh, that's lovely. Right.
Brilliant, Wendy.
Look at how that red now has gone from here all the way across this story. Yeah. How beautiful is that?
That's fabulous.
Right, now up here we had a little hole and I repaired it and it's come apart because I didn't do a very good job with it. I didn't use a big enough piece. But the other thing that's also happened is the feathering has been lost. So it's made it lumpy and that actually isn't good. So to get rid of that little bit of lumpiness, I need a tiny bit of this paper that is going to go, and look, you can't just tear it, because if you tear it, you don't get all the feathers right. You have to use water. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this.
Would that work on humans to get rid of lumpy bits?
I wish it would.
Right.
Could you imagine
I'd be in a bath of it by now.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Imagine being able to get rid of lumpy bits
No, right.
there. I think I almost want to. I'm going to take that. This is interesting, isn't it? I'm going to take that butterfly out.
Okay.
I'm going to use you for something else. Come on out. Oh, we're done. We're done.
No, we've got three and a bit minutes. We're all right. Yeah, don't panic. Don't panic, Miss.
No, but I do want everybody to see what we've got.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that little bit is going to go back in there. So, and don't forget this glue, guys, is brilliant. It is superb. So I'm just going to go round the edges of this. We'll get you over there. I'm just going to place that on top. From that.
Look at that.
Through there. So that was a hole, remember? It's not a hole now. So it's completely covered.
Wow.
But we'll put our little butterfly back on.
Back on.
In a different place.
Very good.
Right. Let's have a little look at it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
so we've extended our design. So this is the first one we did, which is dry now. So you can't really see the seams. And then this is the second one. So we've gone from this kind of size to that kind of size, which now, when you wrap that around your project, is going to go all the way around without you even having to think about it.
And actually
look at how professional it is.
Putting that rose head at the front has given the whole rice paper more perspective.
It has, but it's also changed the focus of the colour.
I love
and made it much redder. So, and all you do is keep going round and checking that it's the right size for the project that you want. But I just love that, don't you?
Brilliant.
Just looks great.
Right, let's have a quick look at these designs before we go next door through the wall to Jamie. Now remember, we're on liveshopping.vip. If you are a Highlight Crafts Club member, you can shop ahead. Just go to the website, see today's offers, and you can shop ahead and get everything that you need. So, A Breath of Summer, this is called. You've got these beautiful blues going into your hydrangeas right the way through to here. So all of those 6 would work together. Your 3 sunflower ones will work together. Your magnolias, perfect combination. These beautiful, I don't know what they call those flowers. Okay, I'm rubbish at flowers, I don't know.
Hydrangeas?
No,
no, they're not hydrangeas.
These.
Which ones?
These, the orange ones.
I can't remember.
No, I can't either. I'm sure everyone will be messaging in now going, they're this.
They're not chrysanthemums either.
No, they're not. So you've got your red roses, which would work perfectly with that. These are the
Are
ones.
they mums?
Chrysanthemums. No.
Oh, no.
They're not, and I know the name, but I can't think of them. And then you've got all of these that work together, your lilacs, and then into your lilies. What a clever idea, isn't it? I love that. And also, you could start with just a simple background and build all your elements on top and design your own, which is great. Right, thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. I know it's unusual. We're not usually here on a Sunday, but we are here today till 3 o'clock. We've got cake crafting.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to do that.
We've got
it's got a wow.
It has it. Well, I'm excited because I'm going to have a go for the first time. I know, how exciting. So we're going to get stuck into that. I've got Jamie Rogers next. Now, you do not want to miss this product. They are absolutely beautiful.
Dahlias.
Dahlias, that's it. There you
That's
go.
it.
I knew somebody would let me know. Thank you, because that would have driven me crazy all day. Right, I'm going through that wall to see Jamie and to see you in about 4 minutes' time. See you in a bit.